Welcome to Brandon Debunks the World. So yeah, put on your swimmies because we're going to dive headfirst into the shallow end. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and visit us on Patreon, or I'm going to have to take my VCR to the pawn shop. No book has captured the imagination of people and scholars quite like the biblical writings called Revelations. The majority of passages are metaphors and symbology, painting a panoramic view of the end-time landscape. It draws on all the works before and brings closure to God's plan. Deep within the pages of the Bible, while in my youth, I found a chapter that struck me like lightning. It made so much sense. It left so little room for interpretation. It was the events I had just witnessed as a teen. In chapter 18 of Revelations, through its entirety, we see the fall of an end-time empire, the kingdom of iron and clay, as described in Daniel. The city that is destroyed is called Babylon, as an allusion to its nature, as a culture and a wealthy nation beyond imagination and a place of innovation. Babylon of old was a place of all cultures where you came to make yourself. You could live the Babylonian dream. But opposed to the ancient one, this end-time place sits on many waters. This city is called a city unto itself, or rather a city within a city. This modern Babylon of Revelations will be one of might and wealth on the world stage during the end times, and that leaves little room for the imagination. There will be many things that stand out that are beyond coincidence. I invite you to look through the eyes of someone 2,000 years ago as we break down this passage. I'd like to say the presentation to follow should not be taken in any political leanings. I love the ideas and the founding documents and what they stand for. I love the America I knew. This is more a warning than a message. Look through the eyes from the past. And after these things I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. He cried with a mighty and strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen. It has become the habitation of devils and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundancy of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye not partake of her sins, and ye not receive of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto the heavens, and God has remembered her iniquities. Reward her as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup in which she has filled to her double. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. She shall utterly be burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judged her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour your judgment has come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy their merchandise any more. The merchants of gold and silver and precious stone and pearls, fine linen, purple and silk, scarlet and thine wood, all manner and vessel of ivory, all manner and vessel of most precious wood and brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense, and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat, and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves, and the souls of men. And the fruits that your soul lusted after departed from you, and all things which were dainty and godly have departed from you, and you shall find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and sing, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stone and pearls. For in 1 hour so great a riches has come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, as many as traded by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust upon their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of their costliness. For in 1 hour she made desolate. Rejoice over her, the heavens, and the holy apostles and prophets, for God has avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, This, with such violence, shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpets shall be heard no more at all in you, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in you. And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in you, and the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in you. And the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride shall be heard no more at all in you. For the merchants were great men of the earth, for by their sorceries all nations were deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and all that were slain upon the earth. Thank you for watching Brandon Debunks the World. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and check us out on Patreon, or not. It's your call, no pressure. Comment down below, give us some ideas for more shows, or just vent from the safety of your basement about how wrong I am with no repercussions or, real world consequences.